Hey friends, good morning. Happy Monday. Wouldn't be Monday without crazy hair, so I'm going to try to tuck it behind so it's not distracting and get right to the point because it's Monday. You got things to do, people to see, probably little people to get to school if you've got kids, but I wanted to share something, and this was brought about. I have a friend whose mother is going through, well, she's not really going through. She's passing through this world. She's graduating to heaven soon, and she's battling cancer, and I won't give you the whole story, but my friend shared something that was super profound, and I wanted to kind of think on that and do a little research on that and put together some thoughts for you around this topic because it's important and it's worthy of sharing. And her thought or her sentiment was that our beliefs become our biology. Now, don't hear me wrong. Don't hear me say that she has cancer because she has negative thinking. That's really a simplified way of looking at it, and that's not actually factual. So let's dismiss that and let's just be open to the thought that maybe there's some credence behind that our life is not just what we eat, drink, and exercise. It has a lot to do with our thought life. And we are in this group because we are changing and we are building life skills and we are focused on that woman that we are becoming, that we've been called to be with a purpose, on mission in this life, right? But our mindset, wow, it's incredibly important. Her story about her mom has to do a lot with just a life with so much wounding and so much pent-up emotion, so much repressed emotion. She started describing some things, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. Now, did my mind say, oh my gosh, I'm going to get cancer? No, that's not what this is about. But I think it's so powerful to really start to think about what we think about, right? So no matter what amazing program we're following and we're doing all together and we're taking that nutrition and we're kind of elevating our thinking and we're incorporating some new tools, maybe you're working out now. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're going for a run. You're doing some stuff at the gym. You've got some home workouts that we've talked about. All of that, if we stay in toxic thinking, will hold us back. Let's say that again. All of the goodness, if we stay in toxic thinking, will hold us back. And I do not want you all to be held back. I want you to be free. Free, free, free. So let's talk about that mindset. What is mindset? This group is called Reset Your Mindset. What the heck is mindset? Mindset is really just a collection of thoughts that are based on information and feelings and emotion. It's pretty easy to understand, right? Did you know that thoughts actually take up physical structures in your brain? If you've ever heard of Caroline Leaf, and you may not have heard of her, she's somebody, look her up on YouTube. She's got really interesting stuff. She's a neuroscientist, but she talks a lot about the little trees that are your thought patterns in your head. Like, this is physical, okay? Do you want a tree that looks beautiful, or do you want a tree that looks destroyed and withered and dead? I want healthy, beautiful trees. I know I like those in my yard. That's a whole other story. We don't have a lot of those. But if you think about what you want in your life, do you want to be, good morning, Brooke, do you want to be in that toxic, chaotic environment, or do you want to be in that healthy, positive environment? And I will confess that I live a lot of my life in such busyness and chaos that I let my brain kind of go into that toxic, chaotic environment. Here's the disconnect. The world wants to tell you, just slap on a happy, positive affirmation and say, you can do it, you got it. But if your brain and your thought process and your mindset is stuck in that toxic pattern, you're going to be challenged, and you're going to feel torn, you're going to feel scattered, you're going to feel discombobulated. So today I want to give you a tool to think about and to practice, okay? So we have the ability to take thoughts captive, and we actually scientifically, that is scriptural, but even if you want to take faith and religion or any of that out of it, every 10 seconds you are able to take a thought captive in your mind, which is kind of cool, a little bit weird to think about. So what do you want to think about? Think about what you want to think about. Control those thoughts. I heard this from Dr. Leaf, and this stuck out. I was like, wow, this is so profound. I've got notifications popping up. Let's get rid of those. Controlling your thoughts is the best detox that you can ever do for your body. Think about this. What does marketing tell us? You need a juice cleanse. You need a vitamin cleanse. You need to do hot yoga. You need to do some sort of fasting. Did you know that controlling your thoughts is the best detox you can do for your whole body? For your whole body. for your muscles, for your spirit, for your posture, for your pain level, all of it. That's profound. And guess what? It's free. So how do you know if you've got a toxic or chaotic mindset? It might be kind of intuitive, but sometimes we get in that busyness. We're not really thinking and focused on our mindset. So if you are, okay, you can give me a thumbs up, a heart, if this resonates with you. Have you ever been not fully committed to a goal? Okay. Have you ever said yes to something, but in the back of your mind, you've thought, I can't really do this? Have you said yes to the to be mindset journey, but in the back of your mind, you're saying, this is going to fail again? Is that you? It's okay if it's you. Raise your hand if it's you. Is your thinking distorted about something else? Maybe we could say that about marriage, or you could say that about what your future is or your finances. Is your thinking distorted? Is your personal identity wrapped up around problems or disease? Okay, problems or disease. What that means is like, I am my arthritis. I am my heart disease. I am my indecision. Do you think about those types of things a lot? Do you start to put those words of I am around those things? Do you have comments that roll through your head or roll out of your mouth like, nothing ever goes right for me? I always mess up. I can never do this. I'm never going to be fill in the blank. Do those things come out of your mouth or roll through your mind? And then simply, do you have a foggy mind? Do you feel chaotic? Do you battle to stay focused or to learn something new? Maybe even the videos or the information that you're taking in this group, is it hard to find? It's like Tetris, right? Like finding that place for those thoughts. Here's what is awesome. Okay, that may have made you like, well, I'm depressed now. Like, I said yes to all of those. We get to identify it, right? That's the cool part about community in this group, is that you get to identify things and you get to say, I want something different. I want something better. Those are just signs of an uncontrolled thought life. If you said yes to one or more of those things, and I sure did, that means you're undisciplined in your thought life, but you're not hopeless, right? That's something we can cultivate. To be mindset is a life skill building. This is not a diet. It's not a fad. We're learning some cool things with nutrition. We're going to be talking about movement, but the mindset, y'all, this is the money right here in between these two ears, the mindset. So you get to think about what you think about. And today, that's your challenge. When we focus on what we fear, when we focus on that negative, when we focus on and we let that mind drive us into that chaotic, right? How often do we feel under the weather? How often do we start to feel like, oh, I'm going to get every cold that comes along, or every GI bug, or everything? This hit me. We are designed for optimism and love. We're designed for that. That's what we're designed for. I don't care what your belief system is. That is what your body is designed for, optimism and love. And y'all, it's so crazy. My boys have been sick for 2 weeks. My husband got sick for an entire week. Like, sick. I haven't been sick yet. I'm not saying I'm invincible, but I think this group, doing the hard work, working on the mindset, working on the nutrition, being around you in community, these positive people that are uplifting, dang, it's awesome. Hey, Perry, good morning. So what are you going to do today? You are going to be able to take those thoughts captive every 10 seconds. Think about what you're thinking about, okay? And if you think about words, the things that come out of our mouth, as the fruit of our thought, think about an apple tree and the apple, right? That's the beautiful fruit. So the words that come out of our mouth are the beautiful fruit of what we're thinking. This weekend, I was snippy, I was snappy, I was short-tempered. That was the fruit of what I was thinking, because I let my mindset go back into that chaotic place, right? That place of, it wasn't focused on optimism and love. It was focused on, I'm stressed, I want to get things done, I'm behind. And I kept saying that to myself. I'm behind in this. I'm never going to get caught up in this. Why did I say yes to this? I have no bandwidth. I have no margin, right? Like, again, let's back up to the beginning of the video. We're not taking this negative thought process and slapping a Pollyanna affirmation on top of it. That's not going to work. What we are going to do is start to think about what we're thinking, and to say something to the effect of, maybe I don't have the margin right now, but I'm working this week to create the margin. That is stepping from one extreme to the other, and we're meeting in the middle. We're taking captive of that mindset. So if you think about that negative mindset, the chaos, when you feel chaotic, there's actually, we talked about the good tree and the bad tree in your brain, the actual physical structure. We won't talk about quantum physics, but there is an actual quantum process that's going on in peptides that are released every time that we focus on those negative things. So back to our beliefs become our biology. It makes so much sense. Your affirmation should match your belief. This is where I'm going to end up. I got to go. I got to get people up, right? Your affirmation should match your belief, what you really believe inside, right? We know that we are wired for optimism and love. So let's let that be a core belief, that we are wired for optimism and love, and try to have that elevated thinking this week. When we start to dip into chaos, think on what you're thinking. Think about those things. Take those thoughts captive. Let's redirect. Again, no Pollyanna here. We're going to redirect. It takes a long time. Think about your tracker, your To Be Mindset tracker. It is not a tracker for a week. It's not a tracker for 2 weeks. It's not a tracker for 3 weeks. It's not a tracker for 4 weeks. It is a tracker with many, 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 many weeks in there. This tracker can be a tool, right? It's all about tools in your toolkit. Use the pages of your tracker not only to record what you're putting into your body, recording your sleep, recording your poop, recording your weight, those tools. Start to think about what you're thinking. Write down those thoughts. Take those thoughts captive. I know for me, I had a huge breakthrough in the summer when I started writing what I was feeling between 4 and 6 p.m. at night. 4 and 6 p.m. And I started to say I was stressed, I was this, I was that, and the things that were coming into my brain weren't really based in reality. I was letting stuff take root, and I was turning to a glass of wine in the afternoon and some unhealthy snacks because that's when I was craving salt and things like that. So when I started to think about what I was thinking, I could take that captive. Not that those things were bad. We believe in try it, track it, and see here, but what was I doing with my thinking? I started to write it down. I started to say, if I'm stressed, what's a good way to fight stress? Let's take the dog for a walk. Let's drink some sparkling water with stir. Let's replace those behaviors. And I started to change. And y'all, when was the summer? So that started to happen around May, June, July, August, September, October. Today is October 1st. Do you know that I don't wrestle with that anymore? It's been 5 months. We've been working on that. Or I've been working on that. I haven't really shared it in here. But you can take those thoughts captive. So our beliefs become our biology. We want good biology. We're working really hard on the nutrition piece. We're working hard on getting moving. Even just being active in your lifestyle. This is so important. Don't miss this part, okay? Alana has some great videos on the To Be Mindset portal about falling off the wagon, hitting a plateau, emotional eating, but I want you to start taking your thoughts captive, okay? I'm gonna ask a tough question and I want you to comment below. Be brave, be bold, be vulnerable. When I read the list about controlling your thoughts is the best detox from the body, and did these fall into your mindset? The not being committed to a goal, saying one thing and kind of believing another in your heart, thinking distorted thoughts, surrounding your identity based on your problems. I am my arthritis. I am my midlife crisis. I am my indecision. I am my ADHD. Or things like comments like nothing ever goes right for me. I can never finish anything. I used to say that all the time. If those resonate with you, I want you to comment below with one of those, or what are you thinking? What thoughts are you thinking right now as we start the week? All right, I hear people upstairs. I gotta run. I love you guys. We are gonna reset. We are gonna keep going. We're growing. We're growing together. And here's what's so cool. The last thing she said about mindset is that mindset, again, we're wired for optimism and love. Where does that happen? In community, right here, right here. Show up every day. Be vulnerable, be brave, be you.